Well, welcome back here. Got this article here. Apparently it was NCAA Women's Hoops. And when Rapano joined the NCAA Women's Hoops final broadcast, there were cock jokes. And this guy, Travis Yosting, says Fox should take notes for this year's World Cup. Let's see what he has to say. Earlier this year, I watched part of the NCAA football title game on the alternate ESPN2 broadcasting featuring coaches from Texas A&M talking about the game. It was garbage television, according to him. I am an Aggie. When I saw the NCAA women's basketball title game, Sunday night had an alternate broadcast on ESPN2. I was initially skeptical, so I'm glad I watched. Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, longtime teammates and opponents in college basketball, the NCAA and Russian League and Team USA, joined together for a Bird and Taurasi show, BTS. I'm not even sure why he had to put that in there. Whatever. And it goes, live from Target Center where the women's Final Four was played in Minneapolis this weekend. Their commentary during the championship game between their alma mater, UConn, and the eventual champion South Carolina Gamecocks was equal parts insightful and hilarious, with a few dirty jokes and profanities laced in. Especially when Bird's partner, USWNT superstar Megan Rapano, joined the show in the second half. This is one of those things that just... It's why men sit there and they sit and go, no, such a double standard. Imagine if a bunch of guys had thrown in a bunch of dirty jokes and profanity. This guy, this soy boy, would be screaming about how bad and sexist they are. But he's going, oh, they were funny. Let's continue on. Goes, far better than a bunch of cranky old coaches trying to break down American football. Imagine that. A lot of times when I watch those ESPN2, I'm looking more for the breakdown. I'm not looking for hilarious comedy. That's why I watched it. BTS was an entertaining way to watch a game in which South Carolina jumped out to an early lead and never looked back. The show included interviews by LeBron James and longtime basketball reporter broadcaster Doris Burke, but it really picked up at halftime when Rapano, a basketball fan, joined BTS from the booth in the Target Center. Yeah, big deal. Bird and Rapano I like this one now. They've been dating since around 2017 and became engaged in 2020. Like that means jack shit in this thing right here. Along with Taurasi, the three had great chemistry on the set, aided by sipping an unknown beverage from red Solo cups. Again, imagine if guys did this. This soy boy would be all over them. Thanks to USA Today's Lindsay Schnell, we know they were drinking Bud Light Black Cherry Seltzer from those Solo cups. Why three of the biggest sports stars in the world are selling for a drink I can only assume tastes like cough medicine is beyond me, but it made for a memorable broadcast. Again, here's your sexist part. Only because they were women. If this was guys, you'd be all over it. Among the highlights of the show were Rapano saying shit on live TV. Yeah. It seems like the Manning brothers got, during their ESPN2 shows, got called out for a lot of things. A lot less worse things than what these people were doing right here. They threw in a few dirty jokes. I mean, just imagine if a guy went on air and told a dirty joke about a lady in broadcasting. He would be apologizing and fighting for his job. But this soy boy is sitting there going, it's the greatest thing ever. Here's one of the things. No, it's a game of inches. Just ask the cocks. Another one. The length of the cocks is long. Yeah. And this part right here. This isn't the first time we've seen these types of alternate broadcasts in sports. The Manning brothers did something similar. And here's where this guy really is soy. No, but I have no interest in the yawn-inducing NFL, so I didn't watch. Yeah, and you missed actually a pretty good show most days. No, there are watch-along videos on YouTube for big soccer matches. CBS loves to do this, though typically don't include the actual match happening on the pitch. Fox should take notes. When the World Cup rolls around this November, Fox should consider hiring some former players to watch the matches and chat during the action. Sorry, soccer's boring, soy boy. This won't be for everyone. Yeah, just like the Manning thing wasn't for you. No, some people don't think it's soccer if there's not a stuffy old British man commentating. How sexist of you. Sorry, how freaking sexist of you. But there would be a large audience for it. No, there wouldn't. Obviously, Bird and Tarsi and Rapano wouldn't make sense for these broadcasters, but he's come up with a few that he'd like to see. And no, Rapano and Christian Sinclair. I'm sorry. This guy doesn't understand. A lot of people don't like Rapano. He needs to get that into his head. I don't know this one. Anderson Wigner and Thierry Henry, DeMarcus Beasley and Oguchi Onyun, Abby Wambach and Glenn Doyle. Yeah. My biggest problem with this entire thing is this guy's celebrating. What if he had been on the air? If he had been on the air doing it and said the same stuff, he'd be apologizing and would have been fired for his job. But yet, he's okay with such hypocritical, sexist stuff. Yeah. Now, let me know what you think. Grid7, like, subscribe, leave a comment. You think it's kind of sexist and hypocritical of what he's saying here? Should the guys be able to do that? Let me know, and I'll see you next video.